This is the Sim Pit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, and welcome to today's Monday edition of the Pitstop, where you, the pit crew, my good friends in the sim racing world, you are the real star of today's show, because we are here to talk. Well, in your case, type. In my case, talk. We are here to talk about sim racing. The point of the pit stop is conversation about what's going on in sim racing, and I think there's been a slight derailing of the show over the last period of time with the explosion of the ESport world. And even though that is sim racing news, that could be a show in its own and maybe for somebody else to do. But we're really here to talk about what is going on in our sims, our hardware, and in our sim racing lives. I mean, that is the point of the pit stop. And that means that, again, you are the real star of today's show, because it's about what's going on in your world of sim racing as much as mine. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Friday, I missed our final oval practice, so we do have our oval series kicking off this coming Friday night. And I missed the race at Sonoma, which is a shame, because I'd almost call that one of my home tracks. But anyway, I had an emergency here, had to take care of business, but everything is great and wonderful. Then Saturday, we had our patron race. Brian Ostrike wins the race. Incredible race there. And then Sunday, we had our GT3 series race, which, man, I prepared for this one. Usually on our road racing series, I'm late to the game, and I do all right. I actually practiced for this one, and running as hard as I could, I had a 7th place car, and then I made a bunch of personal errors. You know, it's one of those cases, and I'm going to share my story with you guys really quickly. Do as I say, not as I do. How many times have you heard me talk about 3D stick-it notes, maybe, reminding you what to do? Or checklists on paper, notepads, or whatever, reminding you what to do. Having your standard operating procedures, your step-by-step get ready for a race, whatever. Now, my excuse, and this is a Steve, that would be the AT2020 mic, as opposed to this cheap lavalier. And we're thinking about that as well. We're not done. We're not done here. Andrew, I got your email. I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you yet on that. I have a couple of tips. I don't recall the video, but I know I covered or gave my settings for the Fanatic wheel. It's not the rim, by the way. It's the base. It's the settings for your CSL Elite base. The rim is just the lever. All right. Oh, checklists. So anyway, for the Sunday's race, I just made the classic mistake of not triple checking my fuel. I assumed I had a full tank. I assumed I had enough gas, and I didn't. And I ran out of gas. And because I didn't have my controls mapped, because I recently changed wheels over and needed it for a different discipline, it was very difficult to change on the fly. Anyway, I came into the pits in 7th place and didn't put enough fuel out and came out in 8th, and then had a great battle chasing down Mark Michkowski. And just when I thought I was going to get within striking distance, I ran out of fuel again and finished a lap down and, I don't know, last place as far as I'm concerned. So it was a miserable finish to what was an incredible race. I want to thank the guys. Anyway, I'll give you race results at the end of the show here. That was my weekend. I hope your weekend matched mine as far as fun goes. I just had a great time. I was able to hang out with my brother. I actually was able to play a little bit of other gaming. In confession, I played a little bit of Planet Coaster this weekend just to kill some time. All in all, good weekend. Ate well, slept well, and here we are Monday morning. So what's going on in sim racing? You guys be sure to chime in with what went on in your race weekend or your sim racing weekend. And of course, anything you think that we need to be talking about today on the show, you be sure to let me know. Also, before we get started, right below me in the description of the show on YouTube is a link to all of the topics that we're actually going to bring up on today's show. So if I don't cover it in the kind of detail that you want to read upon it, then and there's Boothie, there's Baba Boothie making it even easier on you. But yeah, if you want to make life even easier on yourself, what was my point? I lost my mind. I have a little of that going on this morning, by the way. I'm a little absent-minded.
You can blame me for that one. Your point was that the links are in the description as well as in the chat as we go, our friends. Enjoy.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of blow through something, but if you want more on it, the link is there for you. Thank you, thank you. All right, iRacing, starting things off. And again, when I differentiate in conversation, esport has become a very large word. There are levels or divisions or parts or aspects of esport that I enjoy. And there are parts of esport that we're going to see some fading away and that I'm not so entertained by. When it comes to the esport, if it's a real sim racing competition, real sim racing esport, to me that is, again, these are the guys that I want to put on a pedestal. These are the guys that someday, hopefully, kids will be wearing the jerseys of our sim racing champions. And there is some crossover. You're discussing that on Twitch. I'm not just making blanket statements here. I'm just kind of giving generalized statements here. Or I'm making blanket statements, but I don't mean it definitively black and white. Hey, Scrutinizer, how you doing? But anyway, iRacing World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model World Championship Race Preview, Lernerville. So this is, I believe this is going to be the second round, right? I think they did one round. It's 25,000 on the line. And this is, when is the event? This is the preview, 9 p.m. So tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock my time, they're going to be airing the race. And this should be an exciting race. And it should be some of the best dirt sim racers on planet Earth. And you should get out there and watch it. I might watch that tonight, except for I have some driving to do. The Firecracker, official qualifying results are in for the Firecracker 400. Joseph Galata with the top time of a 42.725. Jake Nichols with a 42.730. And Nathan Lyon with a 42.736. Look at how close that is. That is tight qualifying. Brian Blackford in 7th. Michael Conti in 10th. William Byron Jr. in 13th. You know, so when we have this kind of crossover between real-life sim racers and real-life pros, that's, to me, sort of the best scenario. So when I am talking about what I am entertained by in the esport world, this is when it gets really good to me. And look at how good the real-life drivers who race hold their own. You know, they're not... This is against, like, the DWC drivers when you're talking about guys like... Matt Busa, Brian Blackford, Bob Bryant, where's Ray Alfala? Earnhardt, 43rd. Anyway, all right, so that goes on. Speaking of Ray Alfala, there he is. Hard to believe. It's been 17 years since his first online race and 12 years of iRacing. Three-time champion? Four-time champion? I don't remember. A ton of champions. And I think that's all I had for iRacing. Any other thoughts on iRacing from you? Anyone? Before we move along, anyone? Bueller? All right. Assetto Corsa. I'm sure you've all heard, and we've all talked. I'm going to mute it. I don't want to lose my monetization over this when I can talk over their video. But Assetto Corsa gearing up for the GT4 pack coming soon. I believe it is... Let's see, GT4 Pack DLC. 11 new GT4 cars to Assetto Corsa Competizione this summer on Steam. So obviously that is the PC variation. And I think a month later is when it'll be available to the console versions. Do eSport... Dutch Commander, the top guys can. The prize at the top has gone through the roof. I mean, if you win the Peak Antifreeze... is it what... Well, they don't get the whole 250. It's a significant... Or do they? Was it 250 the winner? I can't even remember now. The top 10 in eSport right now can live off of their earnings. If they stream, chances are that might extend out to like the top 30 or 40 if they want to live in their, mom's basement. On Competizione, they're all very evenly matched, Andrew, but traditionally, as a rule of thumb, a front-engine rear-wheel drive car is probably the easiest car to drive. It's the most forgiving, and that way, when the car starts to break loose, you can still use the gas pedal to control it. when you get into the mid-engine cars, they are the best handling cars made. That's how Formula One's platform is. It's where the best balance is. However, there's very little margin for error. So when you get to that point where you start to lose traction, there's very little time to save, if any, to save the car. So, yeah. And using Jimmy Broadbent as the example, Dutch Commander, yes, that's so. As the life of a streamer, no matter what you do, is either you're independently wealthy, or you're living off of probably your mom. Now, in my case, my mom's not going to let me move in with her, but my brother will. So the only reason I'm able to do this is because of that. And then eventually, if you're successful, you make a better living than that, and you could actually, again, the joke is that Jimmy Broadbent's shed is now in a super studio, like Wayne's World when they got bought. He certainly could do that, with his success. So, but yeah, I would say that the top 30 guys probably can make enough living to live at home. Well, the future is bigger. Right now we are seeing a trickle down. You're starting to see smaller competitions that aren't drawing the same names. So in the case of the Outlaws, for example, 25,000 on the line versus 250,000 on the line. This guy might have to have a part-time job and do that. And again, it depends on your goals in life. I mean, if you want to have a mansion in Los Angeles, you're going to need millions. Probably shouldn't have anything to do with sim racing. We're not talking that kind of money. We're talking about the difference between making a living and getting rich. No one's getting rich off of sim racing winnings. They might have a really good year, but it's not sustainable and life is long. So making a living is where we're at, not retiring. All right, so round 3 for Nürburgring. Real race is now open for registration. Qualifications. So this is just posted on Saturday. Qualifications for round 3 Nürburgring for the real race is now open. And you can follow that link and enter that competition on Assetto Corsa. And then stunning little preview trailer for the upcoming KTM Crossbow. When I read KTM Crossbow, I envisioned what I thought a KTM Crossbow looked like. And I'm like, why are they calling that a GT4 car? That's an absurdity. And then I saw the actual car, and it was like, oh, well, okay. Now that's unfair for the other GT4 cars, because that's like a little race car. Anyway, we have a video on that one, I think. Yeah, here we are. Oh, this is all 11 cars. Here we go. KTM. Take a little swig while we watch this. Yeah, that's like a little race car compared to the other little GT4 cars. I don't know. It must have tiny little horsepower by comparison or something. Anyway, this is coming in that 11-car GT4 car pack for Competizione. July. We're almost in July. Can you believe it? Oh my God. How is it July? How is it amongst a lockdown that time is still flying by at such a rapid rate? It's disgusting. It's horrible. I can't stand it. Yeah, well, I played Competizione the other day. In comparison to the Xbox, I played the PC. And I have to tell you, I really, really enjoyed that sim. I think I might have been a little harsh on it. Well, no, the problem was their rollout had me not compelled to the sim. But what? Now you can run Competizione on sim racing systems. And after driving it last week, after driving our GT3 car race yesterday, I don't know. Checking out Competizione at Sim Racing Systems might be worth the time. If you like Assetto Corsa Competizione, I gotta tell you, I mentioned it when they announced that they're doing those races, after driving it last week and after doing our GT3 and having a big spread of GT3 cars, well, it's an even bigger spread of GT3 cars in Competizione. So yes, it is worth. I would encourage you to get over there. Yeah, me too, Devin Booth, but we're still waiting on word. I'm going to have to reach out to them again. A lot of things kind of interrupted what was going on, I believe, with that, but it's coming. All right, now from R Factor 2, you had the race competition, where I have a variety of different competitions going on for the real-life pros for the most part. They have some cool formats here. This is one of my favorite as far as the ESport thing goes. These guys know their way around Le Mans, and I'm just going to blow through this. Again, if you want to tune in, there's some cool videos. So if you're at work and the point of this show for you is giving you distraction content, definitely go to the R Factor 2 Twitter page, because these videos are worthy of being seen. So you can go here, and we have a variety. Who's chiming at me? Anything I need to know? I literally do get text messages from people watching the show. Oh, that's just telling me I got money. I like that. Cha-ching! That's what that one should have said. All right, Legends Trophy. Here's our lineup of real-life pros. And this is, again, I didn't watch it, but if you're looking for entertainment and you haven't, this is cool. I mean, you get to watch Helio Castroneves, Mika Salo, Tony Kanaan, David Brabham, Peter Solberg, Tom Coronel, Max Pappas, Jensen Button, Jason Plato, Fernando Alonso, Oriol Servia, who I've raced against. He's an amazing sim racer as well. Mario Dominguez, Juan Pablo Montoya, Karun Chandhook. I don't know who that is. That's the first person I don't know who it is. We'll come back to that in a moment. You guys tell me. Andy Prio, Emmanuel Piro, Steve Sopper. I don't know who that is. I'm just confessing. Michael Jourdain Jr., Rubens Barrichello. So who is Karun Chandhook and who is Steve Soper? Those are the two. You guys tell me if you know. But that is your race for the Legends Trophy. And being that you can't really watch these guys, I mean, how many of these guys are guys you cheered for over the last decades? I mean, at some point in time, I know every single OnlyFans. Oh my god, I got my 3 cents. Look at that. Karun is an F1 analyst on Sky. He raced for a short time in Formula 1. Chandhook is also a Formula 1. I never heard of Chandhook. How long was his career? Oh, and he runs Formula E now, it looks like. But I gotta tell you, I have been a huge fan of many of these drivers over the decades, and they don't race anymore. You know, let's face it, they're all retired. It's really cool seeing them embrace, because look, at these guys keep returning. So at this point, I'm guessing they are putting in the time and the work and the effort, and I bet this is something that could last long into the future. And maybe when some of the other ones die off and this one can actually, you know, right now, so much of the sim racing content going out is being diluted by how many things are going on. Let's face it, there are so many things going on that it really does dilute how much people can watch. I think when some of that dies off, if this comes back up or stays along, I could see this really not only being big, but getting picked up on a lot of television channels even. But it requires getting that limelight attention, I believe, and having some of the others fall off. But as far as real-life pros, this is my favorite in concept. Anyway, 3 different classes. Here's their massive starting video with all the video cameras, which makes it even cooler. Again, the retired pros and the names that they draw on television, I think it starts to have a real good draw. I really do. Round 2 of 3 ain't bad. Oliver Rowland and Rocket Phones All-Star Triple Crown. All right, and then watch Saturdays when the race was. And not sure who this grouping is. What is this one? Where am I at? That's the All-Star Series. Then you got the Sim Masters. Nikodem Wisniewski Jovski and Nuno Pinto are our top 3. Everyone in the Corvette. Was that an all Corvette race? And then we have some video, and they have links to the races so that if you want to go check them out, you could. So anyway, good stuff from R Factor 2. Third different winner from the 3 World Rallycross Esports Series events as Jonathan Paler takes victory in Sweden. So also over the weekend was this esport competition that you could, with 3 different winners, and watch the guys rally it up. Again, I know at least some of you, oh, there was a camera view of that lady, Whitcock. I didn't mean to throw in the extra letter just because it was a woman. I'm sorry about that. That didn't go well. Rally updates. I'm so absent-minded today.
Well done, Shaun.
I thought somebody was giving me a link to bring up on the show. I'm like, oh, this just in. This just in, everybody. This just in. Oh, that's the story I'm on. And Baba Boothie is giving you the stories live, real time. Sorry. I'm just not used to having somebody that Johnny on the spot. That's what it is. All right, Dirt, they have their FIA Rallycross. That's what we were just showing you the videos. There is our entry list. There's her name, Tessa Whittock. And then what else? Time for Sunday. Go rallycrossing again. They did their event, blah, blah, blah. And then we got some videos of some of their competitions. Krogstad gets obliterated on lap 1. Oh! Indeed he did.
That's a good start on the inside for Jonathan Paye, but Krogstad has got the better of him. Krogstad on that handbrake, just holding on an enormous jump. Krogstad goes over, caught the end of the curb. He's ripped the front off the car, but he continues. You can see the bonnet's gone.
Awesome. Anyway, lots of videos of their things going on. What's this one? No volume. Okay. Here. Cool action, though, yeah?
Over the jump. He goes out wide, looking for the inside line on the XCC, but Spardal making a pass in the final corner. Spardal's going to take it. Epic pass on the last corner. Sievert Spardal with a 2.
Here, this is more. 4 drivers off the track in turn 2.
Yeah, it's untested. All of the qualifying and the set. This could be carnage.
That looks like us. Sorry. No, we've been doing very well lately, I have to say. Anyway, all sorts of videos from their Rallycross weekend that they had as well. You can go check those out. Formula 1 game, another video showing things off. Perfect soundtrack, which means don't touch the audio or we'll lose everything, because F1 is notorious for using illegal music as far as our usage, which is ironic. It's like, don't you want people to play your video? I mean, like, I know, like, there's a big difference between stealing content, right, and what they want being put out there as promotion. So it's sort of ironic when they make a video that you would think they'd want me to replay, because then you might see it and you might replay it, and so on and so on. They've gotten way too attached to the direct share. That's the problem. They're like just assuming that it's doing it all, and it's like, well, no, you still have the conventional old school method, which is everybody else talking about it, and if you make every bit of it illegal. Anyway, we have some new screenshots from it as well. F1 2020. Damn, look at that wing. That's crazy. Look at all the little venting. There's a lot of detail in this car when you look at this car. Yeah, the problem is everything is a logarithm. You know, a logarithm, aka not a human. You can use their video for that, and then you have to anti-claim within 5 days. Well, I lost one of our videos the other day. It happens all the time. Who was it the other day who said F1 cars sure do look long? Yes, they do. Look at how long that thing is. That's like the length of a friggin' limo. All right, is that it? Is that it from Cody's? I believe so. Oh yeah, they had this from Mercedes, introducing their new livery, and they had introducing their new 2020 livery, a pledge to improve the diversity of our team and our sport, and a signal of the team's commitment to fight racism and discrimination in all its forms. I'm looking for that statement on the car. Can someone help me and tell me how this is embracing their words, fighting racism and discrimination in all of its forms? Oh, it's black. Okay. Okay. That's kind of a statement. I mean, okay. Hey, what do you think? How is that for a statement? Is that a good... And who is the statement by? Is that Petronas giving up real estate? Or is... What does it say right here? What's this row R something sponsor? You guys know AMG better than me. F1 cars are 224 inches on the halo. And it says it look from here, it looks like it's... Oh, end racism. There you go. Good eye. Here, let's scroll in on that. Come on, it's not letting me. Whoa. What have we done? Uh-oh. There we go. Now we're back to normal. I actually think it's a really sharp-looking car. Now let's just talk about the paint scheme. I think that's a really cool-looking car. Are those a bunch of Mercedes triangles? What is that? Is that supposed to be a propeller? Like the... What is the... What is it? I can't... I should know that. What does the Mercedes badge stand for? I know the BMW is a propeller. Rocket left Williams. All right. Heiko with the F1. Oh, check this out, you guys. Thank you, Heiko.
The 3-point star in the Mercedes logo is for the domination of land, sea, and air. The 3 points.
Okay, awesome. Baba Boothie, everybody. There is your comparison by year in Formula One cars. This is really cool. Going back to the Ferrari 412 T2, I don't know what year that was, but that looks like 80s. 4,380 millimeters, and it has grown to 5,712. So that's like almost a 50% increase. Is that right? No, like 40%. But damn, look at how big they are. I mean, the front wheels are longer. The distance from the tail to the front wheels are longer than the 2007 model. Did you know that? Or did we just assume they looked longer? Did you know they had grown that much? Thank you, Heiko. This is awesome. Who's got the longer competition? We can't have black tires. Aw. Adrian, I like it. I think it's a sharp-looking car. That's badass. I'll take it. I'll drive it. I like the, getting... Hey, of course I like it. I'm getting back to the whole 80s color scheme. What do you got? You got near pink and near light blue. I mean, you got teal and near pink and magenta. Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, WRC, they had their ESport WRC videos from the weekend, platforms top 3. I can't read them. My eyes can't read that. You guys can play the video. Here we go. Oh, there it was. Oh, there it was. Oh, there it is. Sorry. VBR fled team. Snab Toby. I can't even read their name. Forget it. Forget it! Anyway, all those videos are there. You've got WRC, the game, and their ESport competition from the weekend. Race room. Uh-oh. Why is my thing bugging out? We got a bugged out browser today. Race
There
room.
is a link in the chat if you lose it.
Hey, thank you. I don't think yeah, they had their ADAC. Can't remember. Sorry. Looking at dates here. Another round of the Cooper Classic. Or Cooper Sport. Preseason eSport WTCR competition. Virtual Slovakia ring. Sorry, I don't like doing the uhs. Yeah, I don't really think. They had their ADAC FIA WTCR competition over there. There you go. Fanatec is sold out. Fanatic. US sold out. 6 units left in the EU web shop right now. This is in regards to the F1 2020 Club Sport steering wheel. Wow, the new Club Sport steering wheel F1 is up to 450. That seems like it's really gone. Wasn't it about $299 for the original F1 pre-carbon wheel? Am I missing something here? That seems really expensive. $449 for that wheel. What makes that different than... They still sell the carbon? $299. $299 for that. And I know that's really basic and simple by comparison, but geez Louise, $449. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Am I wrong? It seems like a lot of money to have a couple extra buttons and a couple little dials and some LED lights. Yeah, $300 seems very reasonable for a Formula style rim from Fanatic. $449 seems... They're sold out at $449? Okay. I'm just saying, at $449 you start getting really close to some very serious wheel options. So, that's all I'm saying. Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit reportedly getting a remaster. Why do we care about this, Devin?
So looking at this one, this one had me actually asking some questions. And I mentioned it in the chat when I posted it. Because are we going to have wheel support? That's one thing with NFS games. Do we ever get real support, right? Hot Pursuit was one of the bigger games, so it's super cool to see them redoing it. If they did new graphics, if they did wheel support, and then also we have like the grid that came out recently that was definitely an arcade title or simcade title, if you will. P-Cars 3 looking like an arcade title, if you will. F1 2020, Codemasters with the Dirt series. You know, we see this mix of sim and real title. When I see this, it makes me wonder, like, are we in a trend where sims are getting more arcadey and our favorite sims are going to be kind of left on their own? Like you say, is it a money bags thing? There's a lot to speculate about it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to me that the trend is basically driven by... Well, you know, I guess the pessimistic, half-empty way of saying this would be that it's about the money, right? Or the half-full, they only get the money by drawing a bigger audience, right? I mean, it's not like people just pay more. They get more because more people want it, more people use it, and therefore, yes, as a hardcore simmer, being pessimistic and wanting everything to be built for us, we want that. But if you're really trying to go after the mass audience, let's face it, it's not even us. It's a 14-year-old kid. Actually, I think they'd probably prefer like the 18 to 24 market that have some of their own money. You know, gamer. And those guys aren't sitting in a triple screen PC rig with a SimXperience wheel and Ricmotech pedals. So, yes, they're going after the money, which makes sense, but it doesn't mean, and this is the angle I've always had, you know, that doesn't mean you have to ass out. You know, the wheel support options from all the companies that make Sims have existed in previous versions of their game. So how about you just do what you've done in the past with certain variation? You know what I mean? So I don't really accept that they don't. It's like, if you're gonna be motorsport, if you have 4 tires on your sim, your game, you should give wheel support. It's not that hard. I don't think it's that hard. Programmers, guys who know coding, tell me, am I wrong? Is it that hard to implement? I'm assuming the moment you paid for a rumble pad, you've already paid off whatever licensing to immersion for force feedback. I think it's one in the same copyright or trademark, whatever. No, copyright. That you pay them off on. I think you already have uncorked the ability to have force feedback in the wheel by the minute you went wheel support. I think. Tell me I'm wrong on this. I'm just speculating. But yeah, I think the trend is there. I think that for the most part, the hardcore Sims have not... I think the hardcore Sims are being made by people with a passion for what we do. And that the ones that are going after the massive market are, like the rest of the gaming industry, tapping into a particular niche, which is motorsport gaming, which is not as small a niche as it used to be. The V2 wheel is only 370. Do you mean the base? And that, yeah, the V2 base. 549.
He's talking about the rim, the regular without the F1 coloring, I think.
Oh, the one we brought up, the formula. Yeah, it was 299. Is that what you're talking? I thought it was 299 for the carbon. There it is, carbon, 299. That's euro though. What would that cost me? That's more than it used to be. Obviously, inflation. I mean, they're allowed to raise their prices. That's not absurd. $337, so it's not that much. $337. I think that's a great rim for $337, by the way.
TFR tells you to read this. The limited formula wheel has special paddle shifters.
Oh, yeah, you've got your 4 paddle shifters. You've got your variable 2 as well. No, I appreciate it. It's a much more sophisticated wheel, but $449 is a pretty big jump, it seems. Anyway, all right. Anything else on the need for speed? Anything else? The V2 rim. We want to see more Fnatic rims. They're sold out, by the way. It's sort of an irrelevant topic. The V2 rim. Which one is the V2? V2. That's very simple. I can't imagine. I'm still missing the V2 rim. Yes.
You saw it was on the left-hand side. It's like 3 up from the bottom.
Oh, right here, 369. There you go. There you go. Not sold out. 369. That seems like a nice... So now you don't have the extra paddles on this one. You've just got your standard 2. Are they magnetic on this for how much? 369. Are we getting magnetic? Upgradable 2. Oh, they do have the clutch paddle. I didn't see that on there. Yep, I saw them there. Can we get a backside? I don't see them. No, that's the quick release I saw. I don't know. That seems like a nice room for 369. Okay. Oh, look. Gosh, we're already at the end of the show. Well, I knew that. We were talking about how it was sort of a slower news day today, which is great because I have a lot to do. Anyway, let's do a rate my setup. The reason I put this on, probably not what you're thinking initially looking at it. How many monitors? So we got a Halo 4 monitor setup. What do you guys think of that? Now with small bezels, that's not too bad a problem. Most car interior views have a roll bar anyway.
Look what he's doing too.
What's that?
It's not a look what he's doing too. It's not a race. Like he's obviously doing milsim, so he's on the
driving a truck.
side. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you're right. He's justified. That's my word for that, by the way. It's a Humvee simulator. What are they playing? IED. Everyone's questioning the sim. Hold on. Is that the military-only version of the Arma 3 engine? Quad screen. Oh, there's our motorcycle buddy. I want to see. Do we get an answer? No. But that's a Thrustmaster wheel. It's a T500 with the fixed paddle shifters. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, kind of interesting. This, okay. Oh, this is not the first ironing board rig we've ever seen. Now, this is the first time I saw somebody who had the balls to put a laptop on top of... No, it doesn't look like that's on the ironing board. It looks like he's got a lot of crap here. The ironing board is overlapping his TV stand and pressed up on the monitor. We can get a zoom in. You know I like to do that. Oh, that's like... What the hell is going on here? Is that like some... I don't even know what's going on here. What is this apparatus? I don't know. So the laptop isn't as precarious, but anyway, this is a pretty funny setup here. I don't think I could race on this. Like,
Bubba Boothy, finish up this one. You've got a couple extra stories, and I think you'll want to see one of them. Check your PMs. There's two, three actually, but
okay. By the way, I would not want to run in an acrylic controller chair. That's an iron holder. Ah, there you go. Thank you. All right, I have to hurry, I'm told. Before and after, finally upgraded his sim rig setup over the last couple weeks. This guy went from this to this. You know, it'd be cool being this guy's buddy, because he probably offloaded this super cheap, and one of his friends probably got a great deal on this starter set, which is a great setup. Anyway, definitely a huge upgrade. Look at that. We were talking about that just yesterday. Husingveld pedals. This guy spent some big bucks, too. The winner ain't the one with the fastest car. It's the one who refuses to lose. That's from Husingveld. That's on their packaging. I don't know if I agree, but okay. Thankless task. Look at this little mini thing. I added a real gear knob to his G29 H-pattern shifter. Feels awesome to play with the metal knob. His words, not mine. Blue, nothing can compete. You know, and what really blows my mind, and maybe when I finish it, maybe when I do the video, I'll get an offering, but no one has taken me up on the winner's wheel for $2,000. I was starting to dominate so heavily that I had to take it off of my rig, to be fair. I mean, that like, I was getting people, like, talking smack, saying, dude, I'm not going to race with you if you use that cheater wheel. That's where we're at there. But I'm finishing it. I'm gonna hide its awesomeness with some carbon fiber and some Alcantara, and then I'll bring it back and see if people complain. So I have a couple observations. Number one, this dude here, Scruffy, the janitor. Oh, the janitor. You know, if you're a janitor, what do they get paid? Scruffy, the janitor, saved his hard-earned nickels for a podium wheelbase. And what I loved is that he has this thing, this beast of a wheel is mounted to a play seat challenge. That is crazy. That is, but look what it takes to do it. You need to add double 30-pound weights to hold your rig down to compensate for the podium wheel. I'm assuming that's for when he swings it over so it doesn't flip over. I'm not sure, but That is really... But the other thing I like is the way he used a box. This guy is like... Here's this guy to me. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm going to spend it where it's most important to me. So he got himself a badass wheel, and he's in a rig that could be upgraded. He's got pedals that could be upgraded. Those look like Club Sport, the CSL 2-pedal set. But look at it. It's like, nope, a box will do for a mouse holder. A crappy old stool will do for a keyboard holder. And yeah, looks like why do I only see one monitor when I see 3 of these Spectre boxes? That's an interesting conversation or question for Scruffy the janitor. And that is the end of the sim rigs. That takes us to my promo for the upcoming extra stories. Thank you, Baba Boothie. Thank you, Baba Boothie. All right, from Baba Boothie, we have this. Oh man, is Live for Speed not on my friggin' radar? Oh, Shaun, I need a. All right, automatic exposure adjustment in Live for Speed. South City work in progress. I can't believe I missed this. I've been so on top of Live for Speed's development. Thank you so much, Devin. Baba Boothie with a great story here. Ignore the parking lot, although I see some ultimate Fast and the Furious drifting competitions in this building. Would that not be badass to recreate Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, that whole scene from the garages here? Because Live for Speed's a good drifting platform, by the way. But the real point here is showing the transition of light and South City work in progress car park. Oh, that's going to be awesome. I thought the beginning was upstairs. Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. I agree, Dirkquist. This video does need more thumbs up. Awesome. That's a great pickup there, Devin. Thank you. All right, next up, Live for Speed forum. The post regarding the video. So this is from Scowen Roberts. In the March report, he described how Live for Speed is converted to use Direct 3D 11. He's now started to use some of the features that D3D allows. So he's explaining what's going on and showing off. Yeah, look at the parking lot. I don't know why I'm so excited for a parking lot, but that's pretty cool to me. What else can we see from this one? So some lighting updates, taking advantage of some modern things when you think back last time they were truly developing Live for Speed, which was many, many years ago at this point. So, all right. What else? We got more. Now, why was this the picture picked? I wonder, Devin. Driver, pick your own face. Driver personalization coming to iRacing in September 2020 at RSC Sim Racing Museum and News Source. We talked and heard about it. This is the first I've seen screenshots of the development, but it looks like you can change. Yep, gotta have the females because there are so many. There are so many. Anyway, you do have to have the females. It's just sort of funny to see that in certain environments. Yeah. I'm done. I'm gonna shut my mouth. They have all sorts of representation. Anyway, but 9 out of 10 cars you have a face mask on. That's cool, but I can think of other things. I can think of other things.
A small Vietnamese woman, and I'm not getting it.
How about you put a face mask on all of them, and you develop other things that we would like? That's what I'll say. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right. SimPit Oval Series this coming Friday. Wow, it's getting down to crunch time. The SimPit Oval Series, which is actually a mixed series as far as we have a few road races and our oval races, but Sonoma, Watkins Glen are road races on the schedule. In addition, and is Charlotte? We might be running Charlotte Roval So that might be 3 of the 8 races in the Oval Series. Sorry, I'm just kidding my admins. Anyway, we kick this off this coming Friday. I am very much looking forward to getting back to some oval racing, and I do love running cup cars on a road race. So, not sure if we even have more room. Do we have more room, or are we full on the oval series? We had 27 drivers take the field yesterday in the SimPit Road Racing Series. I think it was 27. 28, because Amir didn't race. Right. 27 racers took the grid for beginning the round 1 in the SimPit GT series. We're getting a full look at the results. Randall White, Anthony Morano Jr., Matt Wagner. You can look at the whole results here. I didn't post that link. Well, you need to be an iRacing member. But let's go back and look at our actual results. There's our race winner, Randall White, taking the checkered flag in the Ferrari. I believe all top 5. Yeah, all top 5 were Ferraris. I don't think the Ferraris are that good. I think the Ferraris had a good day. We're going to do something about that next week. Yes, we are. Anyway, Randall White, Anthony Morano Jr., Matt Wagner, Michael B. Thompson, and Chris Gianarelli in what was just a absolutely fantastic race. You had a battle for the lead between White and Morano, who just kind of got away from everybody else and had a battle, not out of sight or out of mind, but they were up there doing their own thing with Randall White getting the edge. You had Matt Wagner in third, within striking distance all the way back to 7th place. 7th place was in sight of Matt Wagner in third, and that is the way the race went all race long. I want to congratulate Randall on the win, Anthony Morano Jr., Matt Wagner on their podiums, Michael Thompson, Chris Gianarelli on great finishes, and a really, really good opening race to our series. I'm already looking forward to next Sunday. Except I don't know where we are. Where are we? Do you know? Devin, do you know? Anyone?
I can take a quick look for you, but while I'm doing that, can we just do a quick thank you for Maverick15 for following on Twitch, as well as for David Lasercutter for providing those 3 extra stories. I went and grabbed him. He was the provider, though.
Awesome. Oh, man. That's why you guys are the real star of the show. That's why I say it all the time. Maverick, thank you. I'm sorry I missed that. I didn't hear my sound effect. I need to turn those speakers up.
Where was the next race for the Cup Series, was it?
For the GT3 series. We got the Cup schedule.
For the GT3s?
Yeah.
Cirque de 24 Du Mans.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, and there, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is, so just to be very clear, Randall White won the race. That is his beautiful Power Horse Energy Ferrari. I did not win the race, but my car, there's a little bit of Joe's car. My BMW Z4 is the screenshot for the background. This will be the same one every race. This is our standings image. This is our who won the race image, which will change. But that beautiful BMW, despite having a terrible finish yesterday, to no fault of anyone but my own, that car was painted by Stan Donnet. I want to thank you, Stan. I really, really, really love this paint job. This one's one of my favorites. I don't know why, like a color scheme that on other bodies wouldn't strike me the same, but it fits this car so well. Anyway, and that's going to do it for it, other than the Oval Series reminder for this coming Friday. You can do a search for the SimPit Oval Series, send in an application, and if there's room, we'll get you in. If there's not, we'll put you on a waiting list of some kind. But Ferraris are going to run away at Le Mans top speed. Yeah, but then they got to slow that top speed down and navigate a handful of chicanes. You got some really fast sweeping corners like the Porsche curves that just Ferraris will not like as much as my BMW, I guarantee you. So I'm going to do my best to make it as competitive as can be. I am not going to let the Ferraris, the Fifis, as you guys like to call them, do that. Nope, I'm coming. I'm doing the work. I'm going to make that beautiful snake BMW get up there to the front. So I believe that is it. I believe we have come to the end of the show, which is fine by me because I actually need to go to the bathroom and I need to get to script writing because what I am going to make a big promise. We are at the end of June. July is going to be the biggest month you've seen from the SimPit in quite some time. That is my personal guarantee to you guys. We are doing a division of content a little bit. You're going to see a lot more edited content here on YouTube other than the pit stop, and you're going to see a lot more of the live streaming, live action stuff on Twitch. But that on Twitch, SimPit Live on Twitch, also does include, like, when I'm filming, you can watch me film my script. When I'm working on a trophy, you can watch me work on my trophy, where you get a lot more in the action. If we have something going on in the studio, our Twitch audience is going to be able to hang out with me while I do my thing. So but I promise you, July, you're going to see more content on both channels. So if you're on Twitch and you're not subscribed on SimPit Live on YouTube, you're going to want to do that. And if you're on YouTube and you're not following us on Twitch, SimPit Live on Twitch, you're going to want to do that. And that all. What's that?
Don't forget to ask for help.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
assets,
Thank you.
remember.
Thank you. Scott Hughes, Friday show update. Man, I wish I had made a decision. I am really, really tempted to throw the Friday show back to the morning. I know that'll upset a few people, but none of the reasons I moved it have paid off. So therefore, Friday mornings are better for me. Devin, can we change that, or do we have to discuss that?
So you guys are getting a little bit of behind the scenes. As long as you and I do our Friday morning meeting an hour earlier, I think we'd be fine. We could swing it. I think it'd be okay, and it might be better too, because that'll help me go through the stories with you. It could make Friday shows better.
Okay, Scott Hughes, thank you. Scott Hughes, do you own any SimPit stickers? If you do not, you must email me, because thank you for reminding me this, because this is very important. Yes, we're going to move the Friday show back to the morning this week, and I'm going to mention it on Wednesday, and I'll do everything I can to let people know. It works out way better for me. It works out better for Devin. Works out better for the majority of our audience. I am very, very sorry to those who it doesn't work out for, because you just can't always make it the right time. But none of the pros worked, so therefore it's better to go back to Friday mornings. Consistency will win long run over stagger. So anyway, thank you, Scott. If you would like a SimPit sticker, you send me an email, Shaun, SHAUN, @thesimpit.com, and I will gladly send you a sticker for having our back, being the star of today's show. So that's going to do it for this one. We're done, right? We're off? Ask for help.
Ask for help.
Ask for help. All right, you guys. One of my flaws, and I say this so, when I point out my flaws in life, I do it to invite you to look at yourselves. I invite you to be critics of yourselves and make yourselves better. One of my problems, and this goes back to childhood, is I am not good at asking for help. I like to do everything on my own. I feel like asking for help is some form of a vulnerability, and in reality, people want to help. You're sometimes preventing people from doing what they'd like to do out of their generous heart. As much as I don't ask for help, I feel like I have a generous heart. Others do too. If you would, hey, we need it. Oh, I thought you were inviting people for stickers. No, only Scott gets a sticker today. If you give help, I'll give you stickers and more. I really need some help. We need to come up, like this graphics we're looking at. That's fine, but it's amateur hour. I need graphic help. I need editing help. We need more contributors being part of the show. Right now, I really want to upgrade our Twitch atmosphere. I want to create a package of overlays and spinning, flashing things that are unique to the SimPit. I want to build up our audience. I want to brand it. I want to give it a theme, and then I want to branch out from there and let it start to infect our YouTube channel over time as well. But it's just not the thing that I have, the time for, or more importantly, the expertise. You're looking at my graphic work here. I'm okay, but that's amateur hour, and I want us to be pro. And it's going to happen over time, and a lot of it's going to happen with the help of you guys. I mean, when I think about already the amount of help people are giving, guys like Devin, guys like Amir, so many people behind the scenes who help out, it really makes a big difference. So again, the biggest direction right now, I need some graphic art help. A t-shirt design, some graphics for on the air, some overlays for on the air, that kind of stuff. And it would be really, really appreciated. I can even pay in certain cases. If you have skills, you deserve to be paid in some cases. I can even pay where it's needed or in our best use. So if you think you can help us out, please contact me. Shaun, thank you for putting the link there, Devin. Shaun @thesimpit.com. And it would be very, very much appreciated. So, and if there's anything you can do to help, always offer, and we can always negotiate, whether it's stickers or actually paying you for your trade. I'm open to anything. But I go ahead. Yes.
And I just wanted to give a note there, because we had Dutch Commander saying there's lots of graphic design companies. We are aware that, of course, you can hire somebody. We can go through Fiverr. There are plenty of options for us. But you guys, just so you're aware, we want it to be community inspired. We enjoy your help. Like Shaun said, with Amir and I stepping up to help, it's no different when you're talking to Amir and I. We want you guys to be as involved or more as we are. And the more that we're community involved, the more it's going to be a project of passion rather than a project of just being told what to do.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yes. And if we don't get the help, just like we said about those sites, it is something. And the reason this topic of help for this specifically came up is because I'm about to write a check, so to speak, to get these things taken care of. So this is really of an opportunity. This is an opportunity, honestly, for somebody to become an official part of the team. You know, if they want to make us a real cutting edge show, maybe having graphical needs done on a weekly or monthly basis is something. So yeah. And Dirkwist brings up our patron program. I'm going to mention it now live to hold me to it. In July, we are going to have a patron meeting, where the patron group is going to have the ability to really help me. We're always making changes, and sometimes that means more things being added, and at the same time, other things being taken away. So some of our patron perks are a little off right now, and it's something that's important to me. So coming up in July, we're going to have a meeting where the patron group specifically are going to help with ideas that we can do for the patron group specifically to make it an even better program or community. So, but, if you want to be involved in that, you want to be part of our patron program, then go over to patreon.com/thesimpit. It's one of the best ways you can help support the show. So I don't pitch often. I don't ask for help ever or often. And I'm not going to subject you guys to much of this. So that's why I didn't mind kind of going through all of the things that we're talking about today. So I just want you to mostly know, if you're here watching the show, if you're here making comments during the show, if you're here making thumbs up, I appreciate that. I mean, that in its own is the starting point. That is the point. If you guys weren't here to watch, then there'd be no point for me to be here sitting here talking about it. So that is the first step, and why I always say you guys are the star of the show. It means a lot to me. And again, it's I don't know the calendar date or why today is significant, other than we're getting ready for July, and it's been a great stretch, and I'm promising you July you're going to see even more, and it's going to be bigger and better. So thank you all for being here. Spread the word, and most of all, get out there, do some sim racing. Thank you very much, Baba Boothie. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Shaun Cole, and we will see you on the track.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Thank you.